I don't know. I'm just a silly guy at times.
I found this video that says how a nuclear war will start. It was kind of ironic that it popped up on my feed now. So we finna watch this. I'm kind of curious.
Whatever you can create, nuclear missiles will strike our country in 14 minutes.
Damn, what the fuck?
In office, so I'm going to walk you through it, but you're the only one who can authorize our nuclear...
Realistically, what y'all doing if you got a notification saying a nuke is headed for your city? You got 15 minutes to evacuate. Deadass, I'm just cooking. I'm cooked. Real talk. If that happens, like, you know how you're not getting out of there, bro. If you got 15 minutes, you're not getting out of there. You're not getting out of there in time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to like the huz and I'm like going like asking like any huz that lives by me if they want to crack before we die. No, I'm definitely asking though. I'm not making a girl's last memory a bad experience. What the fuck? That's kind of, yeah. I'm definitely asking like who wants to crack.
In response, and you've only got a few minutes to make a decision.
What decision can you make?
Tensions have escalated rapidly in the past few days. Today's joint Allied aerial defense exercise began just minutes before we detected the launch.
Michaela. Who the fuck is Michaela? Are we just making up girl names?
A simple misunderstanding, maybe. We assume
oh
the
my
sudden
god
attack is meant to neutralize as many of our nuclear forces as possible. But that doesn't matter now. Missiles are in the air, and we can't shoot all of them down.
Who's your ex?
Why?
I'm not giving y'all my ex's name because y'all gonna find her on my social media because I definitely still follow her.
As intercontinental ballistic missiles are basically rockets launched into space before re-entering the atmosphere over their target and releasing many different warheads, higher and faster than anything you can send after them. We need to get you to the bunker. Here's what we know. 4 minutes ago, our new infrared monitoring satellites detected 112 bursts consistent with ICBM launches from the enemy's inner territories. What the fuck does this mean? For some reason, only 20 of their 80 underground nuclear silos seem to have fired. So we suspect most of them were transporter erector launchers. You know, trucks with big missiles on them.
Damn.
It's unclear why
they got missile trucks.
Silos.
Fuck!
They might just not work after more than 30 years, or they might be keeping them in reserve. The fog of war is keeping many things unclear. Aerospace Command thinks the ICBMs are targeting our nuclear command centers, silos, and major Air Force and Navy bases.
What are they talking about right
this
now?
war before we have a chance to act. The enemy's strategic doctrine prioritizes military targets and our nuclear weapon systems, but their secondary targets are our industry and infrastructure, all refineries, power stations, and deep water ports, all located near or in major population centers.
Damn.
We won't know the exact casualty count for a few weeks. It's morning rush hour, and there's not much to be done for people stuck in traffic. People in major metro areas can't really evacuate, but emergency
that's what I'm saying. You're
sent out to shelter in place and away from windows.
How are you sheltering in your house with a nuke? What the fuck is that going to do? She hid behind a shelf.
On the weather over the next week, we might be looking at
damn, they farting? What the fuck? Yo, why did it turn green?
Of deaths by the end of the month. For the next few minutes, we can still respond, but you need to decide. We've got 1,500 warheads across our silos, bombers, and submarines. The 400 in silos need to be launched now before they get taken out. 46 nuclear-capable bombers on high alert can be ready to take off in 2 minutes, though we need to transmit the order right away to
you better get to eliminate
radius if you want to consider using them. Of our 40 nuclear submarines, 5 are presently at sea. While
we got nuclear submarines?
So that's
how does that work?
Nigga, what? If we lose our
what are you gonna do? You're gonna go underneath the country and blow it up underneath? What the fuck? How does an underwater nuke work? What? Like, you know how deep you have to go to get underneath the country? There's water under land, right? Like, if you dig deep enough, you're gonna eventually go in the water. Like, bro, what the fuck?
And bombers. We could try to use them to bomb out their remaining silo fields before they can
launch them.
It's
the bomb shit.
The sooner you commit to it, the better the chance we have of preventing a further exchange after our retaliation. Updates.
There's no water.
We have radar confirmation that
what the fuck? How is there not no water under land? Then what the fuck is the land on? Think about it. If there's no water under land, then what the fuck is the land sitting on? The land just connects all the way through? What if the sky is water? There's actually a theory.
The ICBMs have completed their burn and deployed their warheads. Our best guess is that each missile will deploy at least 6
Yo, those look like
vehicles,
nipples.
about 600 in total, which is the part that carries a warhead back into the atmosphere during its terminal descent onto the target, and with many more decoys on top of that, inflatable balloons meant to waste any anti-missiles. We're now tracking nearly 4,000 potential targets. Our anti-ballistic missiles have been launched and will begin their intercept in another minute. We'll do our best to protect the capital, although there really is no defense. Wait, confirming a partial radar blackout. Our systems seem to be glitchy. The enemy must have anticipated we'd launch our interceptors and pre-detonated a few warheads at high altitude.
Oh my God.
That ionizes the atmosphere and creates
This is
radar
so
interference.
complicated.
Our interceptors should still operate okay.
Yo, how are
They've
these
had a
shits that
55%
accurate, though?
success rate in tests, but never with this many decoys or with radar
Bro, you're
interference
telling me
this
these
intense.
niggas
We might
in Iran will shoot a fucking Black Boy Min. I'm not Black Boy Minimal. I'm not Black Boy Minimal. Like, what the fuck? You're telling me these niggas from Iran will shoot a fucking missile? You know how far that shit is? Like, they'll shoot a missile all the way from Iran, and like no one is gonna see it. Like, come on. Like, if we get hit by a missile from Iran, then that means no one tried to stop it. What do you mean no one saw that shit coming?
Around 50 objects.
That's gotta be like a
There's no
20-hour
guarantee they're
flight.
warheads. It looks like most bombs are going to get through. This is our last chance to counterattack. We're out of time. Our silo launch sequence takes 5 minutes. We have to transmit and confirm a launch order, and the missile needs time to clear the blast radius of the incoming bomb. This is a lot to take in, but the war plan is made. You just need to enter the launch authorization codes and push this button to transmit them. You can't do anything else to save more of our people. If you
Bro,
don't
why are
launch
they
now,
in
then
cars?
this
You're
war
not
will be over
escaping. You
before.
got 3 minutes. Yo, if I've been like I said, if I'm told I have 50 minutes before a nuke hits, I'm not leaving. I'm just gonna accept my fate. It's over. It's fucking over. I'm about to go crack some bunions, some last second bunions before I die.
Begins. You understand? This is our one chance, right? The effect.
Bro,
Enemy civilian
Immortal, is there not water under our country? Like, under a country's land, there's water if you dig deep enough. Like no way the land I'm sitting on right now connects all the way to China's land, all the way underneath me. There's got to be water. There's got to be like a disconnect somewhere. Like, there's no way. What else would I be sitting on? Rocks. They were just all rocks. Then wouldn't the earth just be like, how is the earth stable? Wouldn't that shit just fall?
hard to estimate, but should be similar to ours. A few million right away, perhaps a few tens of million by the end of the month. The total fallout from their attacks and ours might trigger a nuclear winter, potentially killing billions around the world, but that might happen even if we don't retaliate. I'm sure you have questions, but you have to give orders without expecting answers right now. With an attack of this scale, there's no guarantee communications or assets will be intact in a few minutes. We're out of time. We need a decision, sir. Can we launch?
Yes, ugly ass nigga. Yo, that's actually me.
Nuclear wars aren't regular wars. They only last minutes,
twat.
and in times of crisis, small conflicts can rapidly spiral out of control. Anything from small communication lags to sensor errors to just uncertainty in the fog of war mean that no leader will ever have a complete idea
those
of
niggas
what's
is yapping
happening
dead
as a
ass.
crisis
Yo,
unfolds.
if you don't press the
When
button.
tensions are high, accidents or misunderstandings
Yo,
can
who's this
steer
bitch?
leaders, even those with good intentions, to launch a nuclear attack. Confused and with incomplete information, a single person, yes, it's really just one single person who decides, can literally make civilization-ending decisions, killing hundreds of millions of people in the time it takes to watch a YouTube video.
Damn.
This story is fiction, but the world came very close to this several times. In 1995, Russian radar detected a submarine-launched missile, and their nuclear forces went on full alert, except it was actually a scientific rocket to study a
Oh, these dumbasses.
In 1979,
Niggas thought we
US
were nuking,
computers
they don't
reported
give a fuck.
full-scale Soviet attack with only minutes to respond, except it was a training tape being incorrectly loaded into a computer. In 1983, the Soviet satellite alert system showed 5 ICBMs launched from the US, but it was a false alarm caused by sunlight reflected on clouds. During the Cuban Missile Crisis, a Soviet submarine with
the
no
Cuban
contact
Missile
to Moscow
Crisis
for
was
several
crazy.
days concluded that nuclear war
What
had begun
was-
and decided to launch a nuclear
What-
torpedo.
Was your GPA 1? My GPA in high school was a 4.6. Stop playing with me. What do you mean it was not? Yes, it was. I was literally summa cum laude.
Luckily, the authorization of 3 officers was required. One of them, Vasily Arshipov, opposed it. But what if he hadn't? Any safeguard can fail, no matter how carefully designed it might be. And decisions are being made right now to build new weapons and missile systems that commit the world to another century of nuclear stalemate, complicated further by China's emergence as a new nuclear
Everybody
superpower.
building a nuke.
Simply accepting that the existence of nuclear weapons is inevitable might mean their use is inevitable. But the world doesn't have to be this way. Even incremental steps, taking apart one bomb at a time, will eventually result in a world with none. During the Cold War, the world had
I'm
over
the reason people meme about American education. What you mean?
7,000 nuclear weapons. Through arms reduction treaties, that number is now about 12,500. Progress is not guaranteed, but it's also not impossible. Governments and militaries are not separate from their nations, they're part of them, just like you.
Damn.
You have the power to make
Yo,
demands.
this nigga
of your
ugly as hell.
and often
Yo, someone in real life that looks like that. I'm sorry for
begins
you.
with just being aware of an issue. If you want to learn more, we've compiled a
What the
number
fuck?
of resources for you in the video description and our sources.
Okay.
This video was supported by
Type. No. Because before you're telling me you're finna believe the books in school about like I used to cook. That niggas used to cheat off me. I was the guy niggas used to cheat off. What's G in physics, motherfucker? You think I'm not a physic or a physician? I'm not a physician.